Hello, my name is Mark Griffiths. I'm the Director of Emergency Management and the Administrator of our Volunteer CERT program in Isabella County. Today's learning lesson is about the PR400 radio that the CERT team has access to use during its missions. The radio itself consists of three major parts. One is the battery that goes onto it, which lasts approximately 6 to 8 hours, with a clip on the back. The other is the antenna, and then the main part, the brains of it, the radio itself. The antenna simply screws in to the top of the radio, making it a firm twist, not over tightening, just like a regular bolt. The battery itself goes onto the back, partially aligned, push it forward, it locks. On the bottom of the battery is the battery locking switch or mechanism. Switch that up and then the battery can't fall off during your mission. The belt clip itself can or cannot be removed by inserting a pen or a pencil or a coin and sliding it off. This belt clip is a 2 3/4 inch belt clip. It's designed to go around the garrison belt or police uniform belt and should go around any belt that you have. The radio itself is simple. It consists of a volume on-off knob and a channel selector. There's up to 32 channels on this radio. To operate the radio after you have the battery and the antenna installed on it, you turn the radio on. It makes a loud beep. You'll start to notice at the top, below the channel selector, there'll be a green blinking light, which indicates the radio is on and receiving. It turns red when we are in transmission mode, when you're actually sending your voice to the other radios. The radio has 3 buttons on the front, a P1 and a P2, and an up and down button. The P1 is designed to be programmed to take you back to whatever home channel your radio is on. In this case today, it's on CERT 1. And on the P2 one, it's on CERT TAC 1. So in the UHF radio that we have here, you'll want to use our repeated frequency, which is CERT 1, to be able to talk back to your commanders or your supervisors as you go forward. When you're out in a small group just working together, or if the repeater's not making the trip to talk back to your supervisors, you can switch to P2, which means the radios are just talking to the radios themselves instead of trying to make a reach all the way back to Rosebush where our antenna is and then sending the signal back to all of the radios. Radio also has 2 buttons on the side that are small. One of them is the system scan button, which is what I just pushed, and now it will cycle through all the channels. This is nice if you're trying to monitor several channels, but it doesn't help you because you might miss a particular transmission when they're calling for you on the radio. The other button is the squelch button. You can push that and listen to see if there's any chatter on the channel. Also on the same side of these buttons is the push to talk or PTT button. You push and hold this and then begin to transmit what your message is. And so usually you'll be assigned a call sign. If you have no call sign, you can use your last name and call to base. An example of this will be pushing and holding. Wait for the channel grant, which is what that beep is. And then you would say, Griffiths to base, how do you copy? And then base would turn around and make the transmission back and tell you whether they're receiving or not. On the front of our radio, we have a LCD display. It talks in alphanumerics. CERT 1 is the channel. Above that is an H, which stands for high power. If that's not on, let us know. It means the radio is transmitting at maximum power. And when you have the system scan on, there is a little lightning bolt Z that is on there. When you push it off, the Z goes away, meaning you're only listening to the channel that you're on. There are 32 channels programmed in our UHF radios. We have the capability to program them up to assist in different events, such as Special Olympics or other events going on at CMU. Within our normal CERT range, you have your CERT channels, your TAC channels, your scanning ability, your mass transportation channels, and you have the national UHF mutual aid channels. So if you go anywhere in Michigan or the nation, those channels will operate within that. This concludes our basic lesson of how this radio operates.